Welcome back to the Gin's Treasure. Today we're going to go over how to use all the excess scrap wire from all the previous wire wrap projects or wherever you get your scrap wire from. And what we're going to do today is use them to create some earrings using these lapis beads as well as these silver feather charms. And then in addition to that, we're going to use some hypoallergenic earring hooks. So to begin, the first thing that we need to decide is whether we're going to use the copper wire or the gold coated, I believe it's either gold coated or either a brass wire. This one feels pretty stiff, so I believe that it is a brass wire. And I do apologize if you can pick up the background noise. There's a Roomba in the room cleaning, one of those little robot cleaners, and it just activated all on its own and just started sweeping away. So for these, I'm deciding that what I want to do, this one feels pretty soft, this wire here, so I think it's a copper wire that's just gold coated. And what I'm going to do is take the wire, clip it in half, and then first start with the charm end and take the little loop of the charm and poke the wire through, and then with the rounded part of the pliers, you're going to curl a little hook there. And then from there, you're just going to pinch down back on the pliers and continue that curl till it goes all the way around, completing the loop, kind of sealing that charm in the hook. And then we're going to continue to spin around so that there's about 2, I might even do 3 loops around, depending on the size of the the charm loophole. 2's good for this one. And then once we have our loops complete, pinch down and then curve up in the opposite direction of where it was already looping. That way, instead of continuing the spiral around this way, you see how the wire goes, curls, and then goes up, spinning off into the opposite direction. And then from there, we're going to take our lapis bead and place it onto the wire. And then the final piece is going to be, and sometimes you can look at your wire and know that this is going to be too much wire. I think for this case, this amount of wire is appropriate. It's about 2 digits of the finger's length. What we're going to do is the same thing we did with the charm, where we put the earring loop through the wire, or poke the wire through that earring loop, and then we twist around a little hook with our pliers, and then we drop the loop, the earring loop, in the hook and then close that. And then we continue to curl around the pliers finger, creating this perfectly circular loop, closed loop. And we'll just continue to curl that all the way down until the bead. And then if you can, a little added touch is to do that same thing where you do a little curl so it goes outwards. And there we have our first earring is complete. It's a lapis and silver feather earring. And then now we're just going to use the other half of the wire that we clipped and do the exact same thing. So we begin with the hook, pinching down on the pliers, curling a hook on there. We'll take the feather, drop it in the hook, and then close the hook into a loop, so that way the feather is kind of locked in there. And then just like before, we're going to go around twice and then curl up So it will look like that. Secondly, we'll drop the bead on there. And then finally, the same thing with creating a hook. Hooking the earring onto the hook. And then closing that, or curling that hook closed into a loop. And then continuing, just wrapping kind of a spiralish motion all the way around. And then finally, we just twist a little bend in the end there. So now we have a set of 2 beautiful earrings. Oops. And that is one beautiful art project that anyone can do with any scrap wire that they have.